Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Celestial C888 and today we will be using the Mermaid Tarot for your monthly reading, but we will also be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck as well as the Moonology Oracle cards, and last but not least we will be using the Romance Angel Oracle cards. Now without further ado, let us begin. All right, Scorpio, these are your cards, and this is your general reading for the entire month of October 2022. Now, first impressions that I have for you, Scorpios, as a collective, a lot of you are going to be going over things that happened in your childhood. I feel for a good amount of you in the collective are thinking about your childhood in some way, going over past events that happened in your childhood. Some of you, may have some emotional, situations that happened during childhood that now you're reevaluating as an adult. It's a very childhood focused month for you guys. The first card you have is the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups for you, Scorpio, for this month, I definitely want to say is that you guys are thinking about your childhood, things that you learned during your childhood that as an adult you probably starting to question, like as a child, if your parent or grandparent or somebody who was your guardian showed you, this is how something works and that's just how the world works with this thing, you were inclined to believe them because of course you're a child, you put your trust in the people who are supposed to be responsible for you. But as an adult, you're probably right now re-examining some of the things that your parents, maybe your grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever was, looking out for you, or at least supposed to be looking out for you. You're probably starting to question some of the belief systems that you had ingrained in you as a child, because you're kind of just this doesn't feel right. This doesn't actually help in any way. And I don't I was like, I actually don't like this rule. I don't like this idea that I've been told since I was a kid. I definitely feel for you, Scorpios, as a collective. You're very much questioning this kind of mindset that has been inside in some of your families for maybe generations, and you're probably just adults now just wondering, hey, that's weird, right? like like outside of your family, you're kind of thinking, oh wait, that's kind of weird. And I feel as if with this first thought process, a lot of the belief systems, a lot of rules that you probably have within your family, and I want to say family, I'm saying family a lot more because for childhood, really it's your family that builds the foundation for you guys. And again, it might be other sources, maybe some stuff like a friend said that you from when you were a kid that you're questioning, or a teacher. That's also possible for you, Scorpio. Everybody's on a different journey, but for a good amount of you in a collective, you might be re-questioning some of the things that your parents have told you or your grandparents have told you. And with that said, you're cleaning up, Scorpio. You're cleaning up with this death card. You're kind of just okay, I need to get this off of me. I need to heal from this. For some of you, you have to heal this month from whatever the past issues that came up. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. Everybody's on a different journey. But for some of you, you guys are dealing with some serious stuff that you need to heal from, that you need to clean up from, Scorpio. And again, like I said, it all leads back to your childhood. It all leads back to somebody saying something was normal, and then you kind of believing that it was normal until now you're an adult and you're just realizing, you know what, this isn't normal and this isn't okay, and I've got to get myself out of this mindset. I've got to clean up my act, so to speak. And for you, Scorpios, I would say definitely don't be afraid to reach out to friends and family, or anybody who is a healer in some way, some kind of support group. If it has to be outside of your family, if you don't think you can trust any of your family to help with your healing, definitely try to find somebody else to help with that, because you guys are definitely going through a bit of a lot, especially when you're analyzing like your past childhood, like everything that's happened for you. And for some of you, you might be finding that you are starting to set your own boundaries with this Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is definitely a card where just like, I have my boundaries set, I have my secrets, I'm locked up in this well, my coins locked up in this well, nobody else can get to it but me as this mermaid person. And that is what I feel for you Scorpios for this month. You guys are just like, you guys have set your boundaries. For some of you, and this is just a thought that just came to my mind, for some of you it might even be like your family and family and those around you have made it seem like it's normal to like excessively like financially support other members of your family, even though they're like perfectly capable of supporting themselves. They just refuse to like do anything to support themselves. And maybe that is the thing you're questioning, like throughout your childhood you were told that this is normal, that you have to give to that person because they have so little, and you have all the things that you need. You have enough that you can share. But as an adult, you're kind of realizing, hey, I'm struggling, and this person is an adult who isn't even trying. Like, at least I'm going out and trying, and everybody's trying to make me feel bad because I don't want to share all of the hard work that I have accomplished with somebody who like doesn't deserve it. Like, it would be one thing if I knew they were at least trying, and then that way I could be like, okay, you're at least trying, so it's acceptable that I'm gonna help you out in this situation because you are at least trying. But for some of you, I feel like as if you might have like a family member or a friend or something going on with somebody with close ties to you who's just like the opposite of that. Like there's no reason why they shouldn't be trying, and yet they have refused to try, and it's being made your responsibility to take care of them because your family or your friends or your cousins. Again, this is just what I'm getting. This is just the thought that's happening with me, and I definitely want to say for you Scorpios that the reason why you're like setting boundaries and like if somebody's gonna say, oh, you're hoarding your money to yourself. Again, this is just a thought that just came to me, but I definitely feel for you guys. It's just like, you're not doing it to be mean, to be cruel, to not like because you're not a generous person. You're just like fed up with this mindset when it doesn't make any sense, when another person isn't even like remotely trying to help themselves. And again, this is a completely different situation if they absolutely couldn't do anything, but they can do something and they're kind of just refusing to do anything, and that's starting to like really annoy you. And so you're starting to set up boundaries with this Nine of Pentacles, Scorpio. The next card you have is the Five of Swords. And with the Five of Swords, it comes pain. There comes like some kind of like I want to say attack that could happen. Maybe you cut yourself into and metaphorically in some sense by like having to dredge up all of your childhood memories and having to like re-examine everything in your childhood memories. That could cause some pain. Maybe, and this doesn't have to apply to everybody. You can always check for your sun, moon, or rising if this entire reading hasn't like made any sense for you. But like for some of you, you might even like could get like attacked in some way by some family members. Maybe not physically, but like they like verbally could attack you for like actually setting boundaries for yourself, because maybe for years you never set up boundaries, or you always allowed this to happen, and you're starting to set up boundaries. And I definitely could see that for somebody out there, some Scorpio out there, you might have family members who get upset with you for like actually setting boundaries. So be careful with that, Scorpio. Next, we have the Four of Swords. And with the Four of Swords, I want to say, Scorpio, that you have to take the time to rest. Not like half-heartedly resting. I mean like a whole day, at least a whole day resting. You don't do any work. You don't answer phone calls from family or friend members. You just like decompress and just relax all by yourself, Scorpio. I definitely feel that this is very important for you as a collective to have this kind of rest this month. And lastly, with the Mermaid cards, you have the Six of Pentacles. So definitely, again, as you're drudging up, as you're thinking about your childhood stuff, memories, I definitely feel that this is like very linked to childhood for you guys for this month, Scorpio. Don't forget don't forget that, whatever you take out of it, don't make sure it's not negative that you're putting back in. Definitely heal, definitely do all the work that you need to do, but don't do this in a sense of just like trying to get back at somebody, trying to attack somebody in that sense, or else it is just only going to backfire for you, Scorpio. All right, next we'll move on to the Psychic Tarot cards. And the first card we have is the throat chakra. And for you, Scorpios, I definitely feel that you have a lot to say this month. Again, I keep going back to your child, because it's like there's a lot of like mer children in these cards. I feel like as if for a lot of you guys are really contemplating about what took place in your childhood. So if there's some atrocity, and I hate to say it, or something that's really bothering you, your throat chakra is very much active, very much aligned. So speak up. If something is wrong, speak up. You definitely have the permission to. And for those of you who, maybe try to work on your chakras too this month, I know I definitely, at least once a month, try to listen to like different musics for the chakras. For when I'm sleeping, I'll just play it on my phone and it'll just be in the background as I'm sleeping. That's how I work on my chakras. For other of you, you might meditate, you might just, do yoga, whatever it is, definitely work with it. So once again, Scorpio, if something is wrong, if you really feel as if something needs to be addressed, you have the throat chakra on your side, so you have the permission to speak up about what is going on. And then the next card for the Psychic Tarot is Rejoice and Celebration. So you guys do have stuff to celebrate this month. I know that towards the end of October is usually when Scorpio season happens. So for some of you watching this video, you might, be celebrating your birthday at least towards the end of the month. And that is a reason to rejoice. That is definitely a reason to celebrate, Scorpio. Or maybe your victory could just be after you speak up about what all of the stuff that's been bothering you, all of the things that you've been needing to heal from. You can celebrate, you can move on, you can finally be able to heal properly, and that is also a reason to celebrate. Next, we'll just grab a Moonology card. So everything is sliding when I don't want it to slide. All right. So the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So whatever answers, whatever thing that's been going on, Scorpio, that you've been needing answers for, again, I feel as if for a good amount of you, there's something in your childhood that you're just like, you're calling somebody out for it. You're calling for this belief system that has been negative, has always been negative. Everybody just like treats it as if it's normal, but it has never been normal. It never sat right with you completely, even as a child, but you're kind of just like, well, I have to go along with it because like everybody's doing it and everybody's acting like it's not a big deal. So whatever is going on, Scorpio, the answers you need are coming for you with this full moon in Gemini. And lastly, we have your romance angel cards. Now, for those Scorpios who are already happily in a relationship, situationship, happily single, whatever, you can disregard this part of the reading. But for those of you who really want to know about your love life this month, we have the first card is Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So some of you, maybe in your pursuits of a relationship will be a little bit more playful, do things that maybe you haven't done before, or at least maybe even haven't done in years since you were like younger. So definitely keep that in mind. And your last card for the romance angel is worth waiting for. So divine timing is at work with your love life. So For those of you who maybe have been waiting for a long time to at least meet somebody or have a relationship or like even be dating somebody, divine timing is at work. So when you're on divine timing, it's always the hardest time because it means there's no way to push yourself forward, to move back or anything. You're just going on divine timing. That just means that, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. You can't make it happen sooner. You can't delay it. It's just going to happen. So that is your reading for the month of October, Scorpio. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how the reading is going for you. What has resonated? What hasn't resonated? I love to hear from the community as we grow. And I will see you next month. Bye-bye.